I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
All right. Morning, y'all. I'm over here uh, being an iceberg right now, a popsicle, icicle, I should say. Um, Now we are aware of what happened in Minneapolis, and let me um, let me say something real quick. I remember um, talking to this to this man right here. His name was Oliver Chase. He ran for president in 2024. I have interviewed him uh, in 2023, late part of 2023, as he was starting his presidential campaign. He beat Donald Trump, and he beat RFK in the Libertarian presidential primary and also the nomination itself. Because Trump was also Donald Trump was also trying to run for president under the Libertarian brand as well. So the reason why I'm showing him real quick is because I don't want none of you to come up over here and say the same old left wing, right wing, Democrat, Republican crap. You can save that. Save that left wing, right wing crap for somebody else. Save those. I don't want to hear the black conservatives or black MAGA talk about white liberals. I don't want to hear black liberals saying, "Oh, stay at home." I don't want to hear white conservatives telling you, "Oh, well, where was his family? How come this happened? How did no? I don't want to hear that. I really don't. A lot of you are sheep. Now, I'm glad people. Now there has been numerous. There's been at least four. I mean, I'm sorry. There's been at least three vantage points of the shooting of this, of this man, right? And before I go there, right? Before I go there, let me go over here real quick. So I went on Chase Oliver's um Twitter account, and he said this: a bunch of effing cowards. There is a better organization out there to support who does not sell away your Second Amendment rights to MAGA. Now, the NRA, if Obama was president, right? The NRA would have said, well, Obama's going to take away your guns, and your guns this, your guns this. This person had the right to defend himself. Let's read this report, this news, this press piece statement that came from the MRA, the National Rifle Association, from Fairfax, Virginia. The National Rifle Association released the following statement regarding the recent officer-involved shooting in Minnesota. For months, radical progressive politicians like Tim Walz has incited violence against law enforcement officers who simply try to do their jobs. Unsurprisingly, these calls to dangerously inject oneself into legitimate law enforcement activities ended in violence, tragedy resulting in injuries and fatalities. Sorry. As there is with any officer involved shooting, there will be a robust and comprehensive investigation that takes place to determine if the use of force was justified. As we await these facts and gain a clear understanding, we urge the political voices to lower the temperature to ensure the constituents and law enforcement officers stay safe. I agree with Chase Oliver, because if this was 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago under Obama, the NRA would have said a wholly different statement. And then you got people around here who want to quote Thomas Jefferson, right? The tree of liberty will be replenished by the blood of patriots and tyrants. Everybody wants to quote the Thomas Jefferson line about the blood of the tree of liberty speech. But now since this administration is not conservative, it's not liberal, and it is not of a how can I say, it's not a, well, all I'm going to say is, because it's not Obama, right? And I'm not cheerleading for Obama, but I'm just telling what's really going on. Because it's not Obama, it's now, because now though the rhetoric is going to change. Y'all changing the rhetoric. The hypocrisy is at all-time high. So yes, the NRA is being cowardly. But let me go over here first and put this in theater mode. So let me go over here and let's listen to what the police chief, Brian O'Hara, said about the shooting.
Good morning, Margaret.
What have you been able to learn about the shooting? Because
because we did just hear the claims by Secretary Noem and Mr. Bavino and their version of what happened. Do the videos and evidence back up their descriptions?
So unfortunately, we don't have any official information from federal law enforcement about what has happened. Even when our officers initially responded to the scene, our watch commander was not given even the most basic information that is typical in a law enforcement involved shooting, just to ensure that there is potentially no.
And let me say this, I will be looking at the videos of the vantage points. Some of those videos has been scrubbed. Some of the videos is hard to find because there's one video on Twitter. Thank God for Twitter. Thank God for Twitter. And shout out to the brother who had the vantage point of within. Well, you know what? We're gonna talk about that later on. We're gonna talk about that later on, right? I'm gonna talk about this later on. So anyway, here we go.
No other victims. Since then, the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension responded to the scene at my request. They were blocked from the scene yesterday, but they have since returned to the scene and are now canvassing for additional witnesses and evidence that may be there.
So do I understand you saying that Minnesota has just begun its investigation today?
There were attempts yesterday to begin the investigation. I do not know what, if anything, was conducted yesterday. I do know that while they were at the scene more than once, they were not permitted to enter before the scene then was contaminated.
And for our viewers, Minnesota is a little bit different. There is this Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. That's the state agency that investigates use of force incidents. They are separate from your police force. But from
let me say this too, though, right? Minnesota is a liberal state, very, very liberal, and because Minnesota is liberal, is also a rural state, and they are not as anti-gun as California or New York, or California or the New England states, like New York and in the New England states. They are not as anti-gun, right? So they're pretty moderate. Them being a rural state, a Midwestern state, even though they're liberal, they still are pro-gun, and that's why though you see people who are quote unquote liberals holding guns and everything else. So yeah, so let's stop with the foolishness with the whole it's the left versus right. Some of y'all gonna have to stop coming over here and regurgitating things that the media wants you, that the American media wants you to believe. But anyway, let's keep it moving.
From what you have seen in the public space and heard from federal officials, is there any evidence that you know of that Pretti was assaulting the federal officers as the Border Patrol chief claims?
Well, I've seen the videos just as thousands of people around the country have, and the videos speak for themselves. I think it's deeply concerning, the things that are being said. This is an individual that was a city resident. It appears that he was present, exercising his First Amendment rights to record law enforcement activity, and also exercising his Second Amendment rights to lawfully be armed in a public space in the city. So I think very obviously there are serious questions that are being raised. And I think the greater issue is, even if there is an investigation that ultimately proves that at the time of the shooting it was legally justified, I don't think that even matters at this point, because there there is so much outrage and concern around what is happening in the city.
What do you mean it doesn't matter at this point? You mean the situation on the ground is already, the impression is left?
People have had enough. This is the third shooting now in less than 3 weeks. The Minneapolis Police Department went the entire year last year recovering about 900 guns from the street, arresting hundreds and hundreds of violent offenders, and we didn't shoot anyone. And now this is the second American citizen that's been killed. It's the
see. I'm glad he said that. Right, it's been the third shooting. Right, it's been the third one this month. Right, so I'm assuming that this will going to blow up. I actually believe this will blow up into something a bit bigger than what it is. And let me say this too, right? I'm gonna say this as a spoiler alert. Right-wing gun control is coming. Oh, remember how during the Obama years or during the Clinton years, oh, they're going to take our guns. They're going to do this. You know, they're going to take our Second Amendment rights. And then y'all vote for Donald Trump saying, yeah, Donald Trump is going to protect our rights. You know, and there's a video I have done, which about 5 years ago or so, I think it was five years ago, where I showed statements by Donald Trump himself, the president of the United States, suggesting gun control. Now, because this is a liberal state, because it's a, you know, quote unquote, a Democrat state, because the governor of was the opponent in the 2024 election as the running mate of Kamala Harris. I want you to understand he will try gun control. Hold on, turn this alarm off. He will try gun control, starting with Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Michigan, and possibly Illinois. Because he's not going to stop it in the South, where most of the crimes are at. He's going to start at Democrat-ran areas or liberal-ran areas, starting with Michigan, Minnesota, and possibly Illinois. So I want y'all to understand, though, because I predicted this 5 years ago, but I'm gonna show the proof of this later on. I'm gonna show the proof of this later on, right? Because it's not my words came out the president's mouth. But anyway, before I go there, let me just keep on playing this.
People have been speaking out, saying that this was going to happen again. And I think everyone is kind of waiting for folks on both sides to come together and just figure this thing out. This is not sustainable. This police department has only 600 police officers. We are stretched incredibly thin. This is taking an enormous toll trying to manage all of this chaos on top of having to be the police department for a major city. It's too much.
Are you calling on ICE?
We're Phoenix Energy, a family-owned.
Right. Let's just get that out the way.
To leave.
We understand that for as long as there has been ICE, there has been immigration enforcement in Minnesota. The problem is not that enforcement is happening. It's clearly the manner in which these things are happening. Well, these tactics are very obviously not safe. and it is generating a lot of outrage and fear in the community.
Let me ask you about what we know, because DHS claims that Pretti had a weapon on him. You said that you implied Pretti was carrying at the time of the incident when you said he was a legal firearm owner with a license to carry. Do you know if the weapon remained concealed, or was it ever brandished?
I have seen different experts and people analyzing the video that have made statements about that. I cannot speculate, but I don't have any evidence that I've seen that suggests that the weapon was brandished.
Okay, because we checked, the Minnesota gun permit rules allow for concealed carry, and there are no restrictions on carrying in a protest.
Yes.
But the Homeland Security Secretary
Yes, that's right.
said that he had 2 cartridges on him in addition to the gun. I don't know of any peaceful protester that shows up with a gun and ammunition rather than a sign. The FBI director said you cannot bring a firearm loaded with multiple magazines to any sort of protest. Are they on firm legal ground in Minnesota?
You have a Second Amendment right in the United States to possess a firearm. And there are some restrictions around that in Minnesota, and everything that we see that we are aware of shows that he did not violate any of those restrictions. He is not a convicted felon, and he is someone that did have a permit for the handgun to carry it.
So did he have magazines full of ammunition at the scene? Because both the President of the United States and the Border Security Chief said that he did, and Bovino directly accused you of not saying that publicly. He said the police chief omitted the fact that the suspect had a gun and magazines full of ammunition.
And let me say this too, right? Right, exactly. See, wait a minute. You see Stanley. Now, the Cal Rittenhouse thing, right? Where are all those people like Kelly Ray and Maurice Delk? Where are those people like, Ricky Manor? Where are they on that Cal Rittenhouse? Y'all was promoting Cal Rittenhouse when he went up there for a protest being armed. But since it's happened, since this man showed up at a protest armed, I'm hearing crickets. I'm hearing crickets. Let me say it again. I'm hearing crickets from MAGA. I'm hearing crickets from America First. I'm hearing crickets from those who talk about the Constitution. I'm hearing crickets from y'all. I know it's cold. I know it's cold up there in Minnesota. I know it's cold up there in Wisconsin. I know it's cold up there in Michigan and Illinois. But it's so quiet from MAGA that nobody ain't talking about that. Y'all put Kyle Rittenhouse on up high for crossing state lines to brandish a weapon. He's holding hero, but then Alex, what's his name? Petty. I hope I got pronounced his name right. He's brandishing a weapon at a protest. He's brandishing a weapon at no, but see, since it's MAGA, since it's right wing, y'all don't want to have anything to say. But not saying a word. Just silence.
Well, what they are omitting is that they are not sharing any information with us, and that they blocked state law enforcement, which is the agency that conducts the overwhelming majority of police-involved shootings, from the scene. So I don't know how I'm supposed to share information with the public that they are not sharing with us.
So you have not seen evidence that there were multiple magazines, but would it even be illegal if that were the case?
I don't think there's any relevance. If someone is
Oh, let me sit there and say this to you right now. CBS is no longer viewed as a by the by some people as part of the left wing. CBS is now run by a person who is how can I say it? Part of MAGA, part of the BIGJXXX thing, and this person, I forgot her name. She's running CBS. So when CBS start acting like Fox News, I want you to understand. I want you to understand what has happened. Now it's going to be a slow burn from being a credible news agency, and when I say credible, I'm using in quotations, by the way, in quotations term. It's going to be a credible news source to be now a right wing Fox News clone. So be on the lookout for that with the next few months, because they clean house at CBS. All right, I'm just going to let y'all know what's going on.
lawfully exercising their Second Amendment right to carry.
Right. Okay.
The
Yeah.
only
Bardo
question would be,
West.
if they were
Yes.
using the weapon
That's what I'm talking about.
for an unlawful purpose.
I want to ask you about some of the things that the vice president also has said about local authorities. The vice president said that local police have been told to stand down when immigration authorities call 911 asking for help dealing with crowds surrounding them. Were you ever ordered to stand down? Have police been told not to protect ICE?
Do you have a...
It is deeply disappointing to have anyone question and disparage the hard work of the men and women of the Minneapolis Police Department. There are six.
Right. I'm glad though he said that. Right. Whatever happened to the back the blue? Where are those flags where you have the white, the black and white flag and had the blue stripe across it? Right. Many conservatives will always use that flag to protest against Black Lives Matter or Antifa or whatever group is the quote unquote boogeyman of the day. They use that flag, right? About back the blue and all that. So wait a minute. Why ain't y'all back in the blue now? Why ain't y'all back in the blue when it's the local government? Where is y'all's staying about states' rights versus central government rights? Just saying.
600 police officers that are left here after the destruction of the city in 2020, and they are doing an incredible job. About a dozen of our cops have been injured responding to a lot of the chaos that has resulted on the streets. Our officers respond every time there's a threat to someone's life, to public safety, or destruction in the city. And it doesn't matter whether it's because ICE is there or someone from the community is there. We are doing everything that we can to manage this chaos, but there's only 600 cops here, and there's thousands of immigration agents here.
Right, nearly 3,000 as we understand it. The vice president and Secretary Noem said Minneapolis is uniquely chaotic, but they also pointed to sanctuary city policies and said that if those policies weren't in place, these are policies that prohibit you from assisting federal immigration operations, that none of this would really be happening.
Let's talk about sanctuary cities, right? How come San Antonio, Texas is not targeted? San Antonio is in a red state, but yet you don't see ICE rooting up people right and left on the south side in the west side of San Antonio. There are military bases all over San Antonio, and then you have a highly Hispanic population in San Antonio. ICE is in San Antonio, but how come they're not rounding up illegals up in San Antonio when San Antonio is declared a sanctuary city? You see, y'all need to know the truth. Okay, y'all need to know what's going on. Even Houston, I believe Houston is a sanctuary city. I don't see ICE rolling down at Ben Taub Hospital. I don't see ICE at Sunnyside area of Houston. I don't see ICE on third ward picking up illegals, picking up migrants. See, y'all gonna have to see people who want to be honest. Y'all need, if y'all really want honesty, you got to ask real questions instead of doing the flag waving and wearing that stupid red hat, the red cap on. Ask questions. Do some research instead of going to chat GPT and just look up for actual real information.
How do you respond to that claim that because of these sanctuary city policies, you are being forced into this position?
Well, there's policies and laws that have been the case here for decades, and it's not on the Minneapolis Police Department or local law enforcement, to hand folks over that are in jails. The city police do not operate a jail. That's at the county level, and the prisons are at the state level. So we are complying with the law as we have been for many years. And I don't know what else could possibly be asked of this very, very, understaffed and overstretched police department.
All right. I have enough for this, right? Let's move on to let's move on to here, right? Let's move over here to here. And let's show the 3 angles of the shooting, right? 3 angles of the shooting. Now, it says 3 angles. Notice, I'm going to show you one angle I believe has not been shown yet.
What's going on?
Now, that's one angle from behind and side of the white vehicle. Okay? Now, notice they're beating this man up. This man came over there for this woman, right? He came for this woman. They spray painting him. They whooping his ass, right? Wait, stop. Hold on. Let's rewind this. Okay? For all you people on Twitter who made that stupid post on Twitter, let's go back. You know what? Let's slow this down so y'all can see it. Let's slow this down. Hold on. Slow. Hold on. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, 75%. Yeah, 75% speed, right? Now, hold on. Now, do you see the gun? Why was the person unarmed? You know what? I'm going to let y'all. Stop right there. Right? Stop right there. Now, you see one of the ICE agents took the gun from the suspect. Now, just as he took the gun out, then now I don't know if you see it. I don't know if you see it right there. The guy in the gray is carrying away the gun. So he's been disarmed. He's being disarmed. Do y'all understand? The point is whether he has a gun or not. The point is he's already disarmed. Alex Pretti has been disarmed. But instead of taking, knowing that the fact the man has been disarmed, y'all still went ahead and still clipped him, murked him. Y'all knocked him off the table, if you will. See, the gun was already, you heard all the pops already. You heard all the pops already. Now that's the second footage, the second angle. Now, let me put up on the, let me change the speed back to 100%. Let's change the speed back to 100%. Okay. Let's go to normal. Let's go to normal speed. Let's go.
What the fuck is wrong with you? People, what the fuck is wrong with you? Honestly.
All right. Now, they're not showing you that because I'm not comfortable in showing you that part. But let's go over to Twitter. Now, let's go to here, right? Now, shout out to this brother right here, right? He is a black libertarian, right? Some of us might know him. But anyway, let's sit here. This angle came from inside the white vehicle. This came within the white vehicle itself. Tare, yeah. And he asked a question: who's the aggressor here to you? The officer or the now deceased man? So let's play this footage right here. And yes, I'm saying it's somewhat graphic on this end. So I'm gonna let y'all say it'll be careful. Let's be careful what's going on. So anyway.
Whoa!
Now, hold on. Now, who was being the aggressor? Because they spray painting him in the face. They whooping his ass. You know, we're 8 seconds into this vantage point inside the white vehicle. I think this white vehicle video is way up close to the event. So anyway, let's play it.
Whoa!
Now, they're not going to play the part. So who was being the aggressor? JD Vance. Who was being the aggressor? Donald Trump. And since that we own this, right? Since we're on this, this is a gateway for right-wing gun control. Because I did a video. No, you know what? You know what? Let's not go there yet. Let's not go there yet. Okay? Because I forgot to do a news story. I forgot to talk about this right here, right? So hours after he was detained, a Minneapolis man says he was detained for hours after witnessing Alex Petty's shooting, right? New affidavits filed in court detail how witnesses were arrested immediately after the shooting. One of the witnesses, who asked to be called Jafar for safety reasons, said he was among dozens of what he overheard agents referring to as USCs, United States citizens in custody. I'm not going to be intimidated by them, Jafar assured to the WCCO News. My father always told me never to be scared of a person that believes as much as you do. Anybody in this world believes as much as I do, and that's my sense of security right now. He lives in a few blocks where the Saturday shooting took place at the 26 in Nicolia, is it Nicolia? I think that's the word. He recalled arriving at the scene after neighbors alerted him to an ongoing raid by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, known as ICE. At the point in time, it is not about me, he said. It's about the cause, our people being protected. It's about these people coming here to better their lives. And you know what? Why y'all having a movie, an ad for a movie about Melania Trump? You see that right there? Anyway, let's keep moving. Petty, 37, an ICU nurse who worked at Minneapolis VA hospital, was identified as the man killed by a border patrol agent on the south side of Minneapolis Saturday morning. The Department of Homeland Security said the agent acted in self-defense. Was that self-defense that y'all saw in the footage? Anyway, after attempting to disarm, but Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said that the count was nonsense after reviewing videos of the shooting. Saturday's incident happened less than 3 weeks after an ICE agent fatally shot Renee Good, and amid an ongoing surge in immigration enforcement action across the city. I watched the agent shoot him, Jafar says. Whether I knew him or not, he died for the cause. I don't know about that part, but anyway, after the shooting, Jafar said the agents turned on him and others in the vicinity. They were taken to Whipple building and held for several hours. It was just cold all around, bro. Jafar says, it just sucks that the life out of you, you lose all hope. The federal court records show that no formal charge has been filed against Jafar. He said he was held here first by himself, and then almost two dozen others from the scene. They were given water, food, and medical attention before being released. All right. Now, let's talk about gun control and what Donald Trump is going to do, right? A lot of y'all is going to fail for it. A lot of people are falling for the trap. Okay. So I made this video against Six Hammer Hexen 666 3 years ago, right? And this is what Donald Trump said back then.
Paris and France has probably the toughest gun laws anywhere in the world. And it was like target practice. Come over here, boom. Come over here, boom. People are sitting by the hundreds, and many others are going to be dying. They're sitting in a hospital, in many cases, waiting to die. Now, same thing a few days ago in California. No guns. We didn't have guns. The bad guys had the guns. And these young people, and I tell the press, you got to stop calling them masterminds. These are dirty, rotten scum. These aren't masterminds. Remember the guy in Paris with the big dirty hat? Remember the guy in Paris? The mastermind. I was watching all the network. I won't mention who, but some of them disgusted me. The mastermind is on the loose. The master. And we have kids that are watching the internet, and they want to be masterminds. And then you wonder, why do we lose all these kids? They go over there. They're young. They're impressionable. They go over. They want to join ISIS. And we have our anchors. I think I got them mostly stopped. Did you notice that? I don't hear it too much. But they say the young mastermind. Oh, he's brilliant. Young man, he's brilliant. I don't even think he's got a high IQ. I call him, in Paris, I called him the guy with the dirty, filthy hat. Okay? Not a smart guy, a dummy. Puts people in there. A mastermind. Bing, bing, bing. They start shooting everybody. You got to be a mastermind. So the press has to be responsible. They're not being responsible because we're losing a lot of people because of the internet. And we have to do something. We have to go see Bill Gates and a lot of different people.
Yeah, you know what? I like to see Bill Gates and see the owners of Google and make sure the manosphere is off the internet. And the BWE and the swirlers, the divestors, I want them all off the internet because they selling poisoning youth. Yeah. You know what? That's one thing I would agree with. Yeah, I'm for that. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
That really understand what's happening. We have to talk to them. Maybe in certain areas, closing that internet up in some way. Somebody will say, oh, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. These are foolish people. We have a lot of foolish people. We've got to maybe do something with the internet because they are recruiting by the thousands.
Now, notice the clip I'm about to play here, right? Now, he's for pro-gun. He's pro-gun when he was talking earlier. Now, once he's in the White House, watch him say this.
You've spoken about it, Mr. President, gun violence restraining orders. They're called. California actually has a version of this. And I think in your meeting with governors earlier this week, individually and as a group, we spoke about states taking steps. But the focus is to literally give families and give local law enforcement additional tools if an individual is reported to be a potential danger to themselves or others. And allow due process, so no one's rights are trampled, but the ability to go to court, obtain an order, and then collect not only the firearms, but any weapons in the possession of that individual.
Take the firearms first and then go to court, because that's another system. Because a lot of times by the time you go to court, it takes so long to go to court to get the due process procedures. I like taking the guns early, like in this crazy man's case that just took place in Florida. He had a lot of firearms. They saw everything. To go to court would have taken a long time. So you could do exactly what you're saying, but take.
See, now I'm playing that clip. He said, take your guns first without due process. What you think is going to happen in 2026? Now he's going to circle the block on this because it's liberals having guns. It's liberals having firearms. It's liberals going after his precious ice, right? So now since there's footage of people, of liberals in Minnesota and possibly in other parts of the Midwest, he's going to justify gun control, right-wing gun control, to pacify the left-wing elements of society. And that's why you see the NRA, I should say, the NRA being complicit, right? And not condemning what went on in Minnesota. See, this is the hypocrisy is at an all-time high. So, just saying, you know. But I don't know what to say on this video. This is gonna be short live stream. I said what I said. Do not be surprised within next weeks or months that gun control, but from the right, that you're gonna have some right-wing individuals promoting gun control, just as Ronald Reagan proposed, actually passed a law in California when he was governor of California for gun control when the Black Panther Party brandished their weapons, was on their street corners, and it actually toured the state capitol with their AR-15s and so forth. So don't be surprised if y'all getting gun control. But I know what's going to happen. Conservatives going to look the other way because they trying to make America great again. No, they make America great for white evangelicals. They're making America great for white, the white hegemony. Right? They only want people who are armed to not to fight the power, so to speak. They want you armed to fight your each other. That's what's going on, right? So gangs can fight each other. So this group of individuals can fight this group of individuals. That's the real reason why this gun control. It's not for protecting the individual from harm. They're protecting the corrupt power structure that's in place. And you're right. Yeah, like they mainly carry shotguns. You're right. I'm not. Yeah, I apologize on that. I apologize to Conditional Love. Yeah, they mainly carry shotguns, but yeah, I'm talking about the image, But yeah, I stays out of cities because they're a majority racial minority, including Latinos, because there's too many Latinos in these major cities. I just can't. Okay, but Knight and Bishop, you are in San Antonio, right? If this was the case, how come there is no How come ISIS not in San Antonio? So you're saying because San Antonio is a minority area. I appreciate it. Yeah, because the image that Ronald Reagan. Okay, yes, Ronald Reagan put up the picture of one man holding a semi-automatic, right, an AR-15, and then he said he may try to make it as if everybody was carrying AR-15s or M16s and not the shotgun. That I'm glad you understand what I'm saying. The image part, right? The image part. You know. So yeah. So I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. I might be back with another live stream, but like I said, do not be surprised if Trump proposed gun control. Do not be surprised. So anyway, because I know MAGA ain't saying a word. And you know what? Let me not leave yet. Let me not leave just yet. Okay? Because we're gonna go right back over here. We are gonna go right back over here. Okay. Uh-oh. See, Twitter is the belly of the beast. Okay. And you know what? Let me go ahead and say this. I think that, and look, they all blasting. You know, see, yeah. I'm not playing the sound though. One person. It's disgusting. Equally discussing is this administration supporting this execution of this U.S. outstanding citizen. Now let's talk about MAGAs that are confused in equal supporting this. I'm done being associated with that movement, and I'm getting out these old flags out just to closet again. Wait a minute, I'm looking for a new team. Man, shut up. You helped created this. Hold on. Vincent Van Gogh said Pretti jumped in the situation with his arm raised as if though he was going to strike. Likely intended it looked either it was a hands up gesture, a peace, or maybe a stop gesture with his hand flat facing the officer. But it still appeared to anyone watching as aggressive or violent action. But even if he was simply trying to protect the woman who was removed from the street, he had no business interfering with police like that. Yeah, we got people with God in their bio laughing at the death of another. Hold on, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Jamal, proud black Southerner, loves God. See, some of y'all trying to run. See, here you go. Army pro Second Amendment proud. Okay, okay, you pro 2A proud, right? You're pro 2A, but you don't understand that the president is about to take away guns, take away your freedom to arm yourselves or self-defense. See, I'm really getting tired of black MAGA. Okay, these coon ass black MAGA types, and here he is. And this man supposed to say he's supposed to be a man of God, right? Kind of like Anton Daniels, being a man of God. And here's you making fun of a man getting killed, getting deleted. See, Twitter is a belly of the beast. Okay, it is. This dude who shoved that woman start spraying the stuff seems like a psychopath. Yeah, okay. Let's go down here a little bit. Hold on. I'm trying to be careful because it's Twitter. Probably guy who physically got in the way of the agents making arrests. Looks awful like a 18 USC 111 violation. Oof. Wait a minute. Okay. So y'all went ahead and blast this man in the head, huh? So y'all went ahead and blast that man in the head. So with this, the way it looks like, it wasn't self-defense because it seemed though Petty was trying to get up, or he was on his hands and knees, and then the officer put two in the back of his head, it seems. At least one in the back of the head. Now, I'm hold on. Let me put this up real quick. Right? Let me put this up. Real quick because I want to make sure, because it's Twitter and people going to put out the gruesome stuff out because it's Twitter. Yeah, the man was on his hands and knees. Oh, here finally somebody put up the diagram. Let's hold on. Let me put this up real quick. So all you Trump supporters, I want to hear Kelly Ray Morik Duck. I want to hear Ricky Manor. Go ahead and tell me if this is right. Go ahead and tell me if this right here is right. Now, the man was shot in the back of the head. He was shot in the back of the head. Y'all don't see that. You shot an unarmed man in the back. But yet we saying, oh man, he was brandished a weapon and he's did this. And then come to find out, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn, Knight. Talking about the civil rights movement. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, I think people needs to stay out the streets at this point. You know, for everybody involved, just stay out the streets. You know. Hey, man. O'Shea hairline was fucked up too. Man, he must have had a lot. Well, the guy that says the guy is an ICU nurse. So yes, if you work at ICU, yeah, I would be stressed too. You know, I wouldn't have no hairline either. You know, at age 38, 39. You know, I'll be losing my hair too. Well, that'll stress. That is a stressful job. You know, so. Let's see here. I'm glad somebody put this out right there. I'm glad somebody put that out. You shot a man in the back. And you idiots online is sitting there act like, oh, well they was defending themselves. Not now when you shot in the back, you know. And this Negro here, this shine right here. Let's play.
My eyes. No, I don't give a damn. Good.
You know what? I'll play without the music. See, this reason why I said people are sheep. Just, you know, you put music in the background as if this is, see. And we got these black Trump supporters. I can't stand black MAGA. I can't. Whatever, Obama, whatever. I don't. And here we are. The Grand Coon himself right here, man. The Reverend Jordan Wells. The same Jordan Wells that was trying to get Kamala Anthony locked up last year for the stabbing of the I forgot that boy's name. Anyway, BuymeaCoffee. Anyway, let's see what this shine got to say.
Most of them have white guilt. That's what I think it is. They see Hispanic. You know who you don't see out there getting killed, and I'm gonna say it clearly. You don't see black people out there getting killed. You don't see Hispanics out there getting killed, and you don't see Indians, and you don't see Chinese people. You know why?
Hold on, Negro. You're dumb. You're dumb. This is the reason why, I can't stand Negroes like Jordan Wells. It's like what my girlfriend used to say, my ex-girlfriend rather. These buttermilk biscuits are sure as dry. You might want to put some honey on it. These buttermilk biscuits sure as dry. I'm really getting tired. Yeah. Listen, bro. Philando Castile. Black men better. Yeah, exactly, Mike. Everybody forgot about Orlando Castile. Everybody forgot about, talking about our Second Amendment rights. Everybody forgot about Charleston, South Carolina. And this Shine, I'm gonna call him a Shine. He got his teeth out. Shine. This Negro's right here. What he's trying to do, he's trying to talk about he's not going to talk about the other 2 black people who got shot by ICE, 2 black Americans who got deleted by ICE this past month. Now, I want to say, wait, hold on. Correct if wrong. Has it been 2 or has it been 4? Some numbers tell me it's 4. Some people tell me it's 2. But I do know for the fact that there has been 2. All right. Yet you get this Shine getting online saying some crap like this.
Because we mind our own business. Yeah, they might get upset, and this might be black people who are very angry about it online, some of them. But most black people are not going to risk their lives for somebody they don't know. This is what bothers me about the...
Hold on. Like how you was cheerleading and putting your life online for Charlie Kirk, right? Reverend Jordan Wells. Like how, man, you was buck dancing and shoe shining for I forgot his name, y'all. I forgot his name, y'all. You know who I'm talking about. Turning Point USA. You also forgot. See, you were ready to fight for him. Hadn't you forgot about that back in September? Jordan Wells.
Mental state of liberals, that these liberal white people, and I think most of them have white guilt. That's what I think it is. They have been told for so long by their liberal friends and their liberal school that because they're white, they are the worst people in the world. That's what they've been told. They have been told that white people are the worst humans in the world. And so a lot of them are trying to atone for white guilt. And they shouldn't have white guilt because they didn't do slavery. They had nothing to do with it.
Whoa. Let's stop right there. But Negro, wasn't you the same one that said the Democratic Party was a party of slavery and black people shouldn't vote Democrat because of this, that, and third? And then aren't you putting the onus on white people who happen to be Democrats? Well, they're listening to you, Negro. They ain't listening to other white liberals. They listen to black conservatives, black MAGA idiots like you. Talking about white guilt.
Nothing to, if I was white, I wouldn't feel no guilt towards slavery, because as a white person, you shouldn't have white guilt if even if your ancestors had something to do with it. I am not my mom. I'm not my dad. I'm not my great grandparents. I have the right to make my own decisions. So that's why I'm against reparations, because I don't believe that people should have to pay for things that they had nothing to do with.
Okay, then. Okay, I'm glad. And see, I'm telling myself, I'm going to be very controversial. What I'm about to say, I am on the fence about reparations. I'm on the fence, right? It's not because of what or why. It's not because I don't think black people, there shouldn't be no racial justice. I'm on the fence because of I'm talking for myself, because of the strengthening of the American dollar, the deficits and the debts, the more you, I don't think though, I think though, the more you strengthen the dollar, the better your buying power, right? It's straight economics. See, that's one thing, right? But he thinks black people should not get reparations because he thinks that black people make black people lazy and all of that, so forth.
Common sense. And so a lot of these people are putting their lives on the line for illegal immigrant criminals because they have white guilt. These are people that don't even like them. I've been around a lot as a minister. I've been around a lot in politics of these people, and they're good. Some of them are good people, but they are very much about their own families and their own cultures. A lot of them don't even shop with us.
Oh, they don't shop with us. Well, wait a minute, Negro. With Charlie Kirk, you was ready to fight for Charlie Kirk. Jordan Wales, you was ready to fight for Charlie Kirk and I've got Charlie Kirk's wife's name. You ready to fight for the Kirk family? Charlie Kirk talked trash about black people all the time. And yet, see, we need to talk about the 1891 riot in New Orleans. You Negroes online are stupid. Y'all playing that same trick that's been played over and over and over again, and y'all keep falling for the okie doke. Erica Kirk, thank you. Who's in the chat room? Thank you. Who's in the chat room? Now this Shine going to sit here and say this, right? So couple months ago, this Shine, he must have forgot that a few months ago that Nick Fuentes roasted him. He forgot that the Nesta Souza, who was an Indian, roasted him. He forgot that Visha Ramaswamy roasted Jordan Wales. Talk about 13% of the population committed 50% of the crimes, and that statistic is not even true. And then he got up on Twitter crying, why y'all disrespecting me? Why are you disrespecting black people? Black MAGA. And you going right, you hadn't learned a thing yet. The so-called Reverend Wells.
Shop at American businesses. A lot of them shop in their own cultural stores. A lot of them do not mess with Americans. They stay very true to their culture. But yeah, you got
wait, hold on. Turning Point USA didn't want you around. Jordan Wales. Why on the video? Here come my darling gal. You sound like that frog on Looney Tunes, the WB frog. You tap dancing.
People out here, these white liberals who are turning for their own white guilt that they have because they've been told by the media that they're white and that they're privileged. So they're out there trying to atone for their sins, right? Instead of giving their life to Jesus, they're out there atoning for their sins, trying to make up for what?
Hold on, for Jesus, right? You're supposed to atone for your sins. It says in Psalms. Hold on, what Big J? What's the? It says what in Psalms 34, verse 14. I remember this verse off the top of my head. Do justice and turn away from evil. That's Psalms 34, 14 verse, right? Well, You're supposed to turn away from. You're supposed to do justice, nigga. They might do it. They might did it in a way that's maybe annoying, but that's what they're trying to do, Negro. Why you over here butt dancing and shoe shining, trying to get back in the good graces of those white conservatives?
That man had no business being there. That man should have been on the corner on the side. He should have had a gun near those people. If I take a gun up to the police officer, I deserve to be shot. Period. I wouldn't have a gun nowhere near no officer.
Because you're black. But you supposed to have the right to carry. You in the state of Texas, ain't you? Constitutional carry. We got the right to carry a weapon anywhere we want. And with the exception that at schools. Jordan Wells.
Because my father told me as a black man that you need to respect the police, and if they come to you, you know, he told me what to do.
You got too much sugar in your damn tank too. Now, Nick Fuentes, the guy who just roasted Reverend Jordan Wells, Nick Fuentes said this. The point of ICE is to deport illegal aliens, and your comrades are conspiring to impede their operations. This is a total opposition and populist pandering. Okay, whatever. I doubt though he was going to say something poignant. See, I want to know where Matt Walsh and Jordan Wells going to be. Hold on. Here we go again. Here is another black MAGA. Watch what he's about to say. Watch what he's about to say. Hold on. Let's start over. Let's start at the beginning.
Y'all hate him that much.
Hey, who?
Y'all hate Donald Trump that much for doing exactly what he said he was going to do.
Right though, but yet Negro, you don't see other black people, black Americans getting killed by ICE?
He was going to get illegal immigrants out of this country and make America great again.
When has America been? No, scratch that. When did America stop being great? That should be the question. When did America stop being great, Uncle Cliff?
Y'all want to stop him from removing illegal people. You're harboring illegal felons, people that are illegally here. They're not supposed to be here. Common sense, like a burglar in your house.
Okay, it's also common sense about due process. You know, the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, the 3rd Amendment, the 4th Amendment of the Constitution. See, y'all don't read the Constitution. It's the process on how to orderly do law and justice. Something that a lot of you so-called Trump supporters don't seem to grasp, because y'all keep talking about the Constitution, man, and never read anything about the Constitution. Never read anything about the Constitution. George Golden said, Big J, I can't. Oh, hold on. Oof. George said, I can't sit idly by and let you solely the good name of Michigan J. Frog. Please don't compare that cartoon character with this fool on the screen. Ooh, ooh. Oh, you said not in my presence, sir. Ouch. Let's keep it moving.
Once again, a thief in your car is not supposed to be there, and you are harboring and protecting these people more than you protect your own children.
Then what about ICE shooting black Americans? When you gonna do bring that up, Uncle Cliff?
I guarantee there's black guys out there marching that can't even tell you what their kids had for dinner last night, but they out there protesting like they knew these motherfuckers that.
Yeah, because there's black people getting deleted by ICE. Black Americans being deleted by ICE.
Or being deported. Make it fucking make sense.
And, and where are you about when American citizens are being sent to El Salvador? You're not talking about that, Uncle Cliff. You're not talking about how certain American citizens are who get locked up and then they're sent away offshore. But you ain't talking about that, huh, Uncle Cliff?
You missing time at home with your family to support motherfuckers that ain't even legally supposed to be here. Are you that fucking simple-minded? I'm just saying, just go ahead and say we hate Trump and we are going to go against everything he fucking says.
Nah, it's not by hating Trump. I hate MAGA though. Trump as a person is not worthy to be hated. It's the ideology that helped put Trump in office. It's the mentality that produced a Trump. Okay, that really produced this idea of America exceptionalism at any cost. Anyway. Here we go. One of the manosphere idiots.
They're always going to be judged on, was it reasonable? It's not about how you feel, what you think. It is, wasn't it reasonable based on the facts and circumstances known to the person at the time they conducted the self-defense maneuver, or in this case, it'd be the shooting, right? That's what.
You know what? I ain't giving him any more time than that. I ain't giving. Whoa. You know what? You know what? I changed my mind. Mike V. Right. Not justly, but scanning black men's faces against their constitutional rights, and no constitutional conservative had anything to say about government overreach. Ding ding. You know, I wish I have a sound card. I wish I have a sound thing, but you know what? I'll do it. Listen. I'll do it right here. I'll do it. Oh, fuck it. Okay. It's lame, but okay, whatever. You know. Yeah. Where are these right-wing conservatives at on that? Oh yeah. Why I said $1.99 gasoline puts USB back in the game. Like you've been saying that for a while, but I think I know what you're referring to. I think I know what you're referring to. Yes, I'm still waiting for that $2.99. I'm sorry, that $1.99. Yes, $1.99 gasoline. I'm waiting for that. Okay. Anyway. I think we need to start calling it ICE or Myron. You know, listen, I'm being serious now. If y'all are sick of Myron, call ICE or Myron. Ask him where his papers are. Ask Myron, since he's a tether. Ask Myron, where's your money at? Where your citizenship at? Do you understand? Ask him that. But anyway, let me scroll up. Let me scroll up, y'all. Let me scroll up. Let me scroll up. And this idiot going to say, "Oh, the video doesn't lie. It clearly shows the weapon was drawn." Really, the guy was shot in the back. The guy was shot in the back. You jackasses. I can't stand you right-wing Twitterers. But anyway, let me jump off of here, y'all. Yeah, I said enough for this morning. You know, I might be live later on. Right. Yeah, where are the FEMA support for red states that voted for him in this major snowstorm? Hey, Mike V, I'm in a red state. I'm waiting for FEMA. FEMA didn't say a word. Now it's 19 degrees outside. I'm cold in this house because down here in Texas we don't. Some of our houses are not well insulated. So it's cold in this house. I got heat, but it's still cold in this house though. So is FEMA going to fix pipes, and is FEMA going to sit there and fix, you know, hold on. Is FEMA going to fix some of these bridges and its black ice problems? And how come Texas did not fix the grid? How come the state of Texas did not fix its own grid? Because the lights almost went out yesterday. It was flickering on and off. So anyway, let me get off of here. Y'all be easy. Donations are, donations, super chats, cash apps are greatly appreciated. By the way, so hold on. He said it's 12 degrees in Dallas Fort Worth. Down here is 19. Down here where I'm at is 19. It's 19 degrees. And I'm about to go outside here in a minute because I gotta check on animals and see if they all right, and I'm gonna go to a family member's house in a minute. See if they're okay. If they needed anything. Well, Shiesty. I do have solutions, but I did videos on that. None of y'all watch those videos, Shiesty. And Shiesty, how can you just say what you just said? You know what? Let me go. I'm gonna be petty now. I got to be petty now. Since she gonna say that, right? Since she gonna say that, right? Since she's talking about solutions, right? And you know what? You know what? I might do a live stream on this. Since she mentioned the word solutions, right? I might want to circle the block. I might have to circle a block on something. Okay? I might want to circle the block. Because how can you how can you say solutions, right? And you know what? You know what though? Let me slow down a bit. Let me slow down a bit. Let me slow down a bit. Because I'm going to show you this. If days is about solutions, right? Explain this then, Sugar Mom. I want you to explain this to me. Since though you want to talk about solutions, right? If you want to talk about solutions, right? And I'm about to be messy. I'm going to be messy with this, Sugar Bomb. Explain this then. What does SBG means? Sugar Bomb? Because you are the supporter of SBG, right? Solutions-based gang or solution-based group, where they call themselves, right? So Sesty Bomb, Sugar Bomb, explain this. How come you ain't asking Sharon solutions? I'll wait. How come, Sugar Bomb, you're not? How come, Sugar Bomb, you said, have you ever had any solutions? You just crying about stuff. Wait a minute. You should tell that to Sharon. You should tell that to PH Diva. You should tell that to Brownsville because they're part of solution-based gang, right? Since you are Sharon's fan girl. Since you suck up to Sharon. I don't want to hear it. Okay? I really don't want to hear from you. Go on somewhere with that bullshit, okay? On that I'm red pill, but I'm blue pill shit. Everybody knows that Sharon is actually an undercover red pill. Yeah, solutions-based grift. That right, Stanley. That's solution-based grifting. Yeah, she wants to talk about what's. Listen. I actually, the early videos I put out was me talking about my political ideas on how to solve education, how to solve poverty, and all of that. None of y'all watch those videos. Y'all only care if I'm roasting a nigga. Y'all only care to watch. Well, if you want to say, hey, listen, you know what? Who cares, right? Who cares? Because I see the bitch in him. Okay, he's just another slick talking idiot who grift. I don't like grifters. I don't. I can't stand people who grift. So if you think I'm obsessed with the nigga, that's fine. But hey, the nigga came over here. The nigga came over here. I stopped coming to his channel for what, a good almost a year. He came on my channel. His cousin came on my channel. Do you understand? So you hadn't seen me on his channel in a year. So, the thing is, Sharon is actually ready to peel. And, and I'm going to say this too. And I don't give a flying fuck if people get mad. But if I was with a white woman, and I'm talking about black issues, y'all would ram me off. Y'all would ram me off this space. Y'all would. If that was any other black man who happened to have to be in an interracial relationship, and he's up in here talking to y'all, y'all would have ran him out of here. Let's start off the cap. Why are you talking to us? You got yourself Becky. You got yourself a white bitch. That's what y'all would say. That let me know a lot of y'all are full of shit. And I'm talking about the women. Now the men, on the other hand, y'all are doing this because y'all are thirsty. Y'all doing this because y'all trying to peacock for on that blue pill shit. He ain't no good the good guy. He's not a good person. I don't care, Shiesty Bomb. I don't care. I don't care how you quote unquote see me. At this point, I don't. At this point of the game, I don't care. Because I'm not seeking a validation. I'm not seeking a validation, Sugar Bomb. So what you don't seem to be a nice guy. No shade. Yeah, hold on. I'll put your comment up. Because the thing is, y'all don't treat good men well anyway. See, some of y'all, a lot of y'all like assholes and charlatans. That's why some of y'all are willing to get with a Jay Prince. That's why some of y'all are willing to get with an Anton. With all these good men, quote unquote good men out there, y'all don't talk to them. Y'all don't support them. And the only good men that y'all are willing to support are those who are on that I'm trying to get put pussy out the deal. Those who try to peacock. Those blue pill simps. While Sharon over there is being a red pill clown. Shiesty, between me and you, no, you know what though, I'm not, you know what? My opinion, real quick. I'm gonna back away from my opinion. I'm gonna ask you why most men are not good men, Shiesty Bomb. Why do you believe most men are not good men? Why are most men not good men, Shiesty Bomb? I'm waiting for an answer for that because I'm looking for a reason. I'm looking for a reason. Because your answer will tell me the reason. Why? There is not a wrong answer to your opinion, Shiesty Bomb. Okay, they're broke, they're uneducated, ignorant, lazy, and fat. That does not make them not good men, Shiesty Bomb, because that's based on their condition, not what's inside of them. You know, anybody can be broke. Anybody can be, because they're uneducated, they can be ignorant. So, or fat. So, therefore, oh, wait a minute. Stop. Wait a minute. Hold on. I might get sidetracked here. But by that same logic, right? And you know what? I hate to go here, but I'm going to say it since you brought it up, since you brought who's fat, ignorant, intelligent, and broke, wouldn't that same to be same to women? Shouldn't that be the same rules apply to your your peer group? I'm just saying, I'm just saying, you can, you know what? I sit on your lap. You deal with it, Shiesty Bomb. You go ahead and deal with it. All right, deal with that. Okay, because there's a lot of women in the community that are obese and overweight. Does that make them bad women? Because I'm going by your logic, right? I'm going by what the logic that come out that you had typed down, or what is a bad man, right? What makes man not good? Just saying, you know. Now wait for it. Like it's gonna take Shiesty Bomb 2 minutes to type. No. Better yet, it's gonna take her 5 minutes to say something because she's trying to figure out what comeback she gonna use. She's gonna figure out what comeback to use. Watch. Now it's taking her long ass time to respond to what I just said. So therefore, my thing is, so if men are broke and uneducated, ignorant, lazy, and fat, so the same rules can be applied to women, to black women at this point, to her peer group. Wouldn't that make them bad too? Wouldn't that make the opposite sex side bad as well? Just saying. And no, I'm not saying it. I mean, I'm using it according to her logic is what I'm using. So I don't want nobody said I'm attacking black women because I'm not. Oh, listen, it took her 5 minutes, and she finally answered. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking? You see what I'm talking about? It took her 5 minutes to type. She said no. Right. Okay. So let me tell you something, Sugar Bomb. Women's bodies are supposed to have more fat. No, no, no. You're missing the point. Yes, women supposed to have more fat because women supposed to store energy in case for the need to have offspring, right? So that's not what I'm referring to. You know exactly what I mean by fat. You know exactly what I mean by fat. Okay, you know exactly what I mean. So anyway, where was I at? Oh, since we want to talk about who is broke, well, tell me something, Shicey Bomb. Since you want to talk about what is broke, why does a man, if a man is broke, right? No, excuse me. I ask a better question. I have a better question than that. If a man is not broke, if a man is not, I repeat the word, not broke, then why did your boy Sharon stop doing live streams when he got demonetized in 2024? Or was it 2023? I forgot what year. No, 2025. When he got demonetized. Why did Sharon live streams all together for 3 months? But if he wasn't broke, how come he was forced to go to work after he got demonetized? You're not even answering the question, Shicey Bomb. So if Sharon got demonetized, how come he stopped doing content if he wasn't broke? See, she don't want to answer that old question. She don't want to answer that. You don't want to answer that question, huh? Shicey Bomb. You know what? I'm gonna make me some hamburgers in a minute. I'll make me some hamburgers in a minute. Let me get in the kitchen. Yeah, let me get in the kitchen real quick. Fry me some hamburgers up. Maybe a couple of hamburgers and well, that's all I have is hamburger meat, some bacon. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. Something ran across my mind. Anyway, see, Shicey Bomb don't want to answer that. No. Sugar, the question's for you. You said there are no good men, and you said most men are broke. So the question is to you, Shicey Bomb, because you the one who brought that up. You the one who brought that up. But anyway, I have enough talking to you right now. So I might be back. I might be back on later on. I'm not sure. Because I'm gonna talk about Anton again. Because that Anton's pack is everlasting. That Anton pack is everlasting, and we're gonna talk about how Anton is trying to demonetize my channel. Oh yes, we're gonna talk about that part. Every video I did on Anton went from green to yellow in 2 days. Anton, why you going after everybody's channel, and nigga? So I'm gonna talk about that later on, though, right? So anyway, get off of here. Y'all be easy, and I'll see y'all later.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.